what's happening as far as Deccan Gold Mines is concerned. We understand that one of the largest gold reserves which are there in the country in Andhra Pradesh are likely to scale up and the production might start as early as next year. What's the exposure that Deccan Gold has to that, and what implications can it have for the company? We have Mr. Hanuma Prasad Modali at the company joining us on the show. Hi sir, thanks so much for making time speaking with us. That's exactly the first question. What kind of exposure do you have to this? What implications could it have for you and the sector?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on the show. In fact, Deccan Gold Mines owns about 40% in this project, which is going to come into the fruition by next year. Then by October, November, we'll get into the full-scale production in this project, which is about the 750 kilos per annum. The implication of this is one of the first gold mines, a large-scale gold mines that is to be developed in this country for many years. I think the last big mine that was opened in this country was in 1945 by British, the Hatti Gold Mines. After this, this is the one of the largest mines that is going to be opened. So it will have an impact in the country, particularly in terms of gold mining and the exploration, because that is one sector which has not many players coming in. So we're happy to be there in this space, and probably we're the first ones to put this mine into action by next year.
Mr. Modali, that point is taken, but given the fact you have 40% exposure to that, in terms of the revenue, what kind of scale up do you expect from next year? And as you pointed out, this is one of the major mines coming for production right from 1945. So a lot of clearances, etc. And the government position was also not that conducive. Have all the clearances and approvals in place for this particular production to start now?
Yeah, all the clearances are in place. I mean, of course, the mining sector, you need to have many clearances, that is MOAF and etc., etc. Also land acquisition, which is a major stumbling block in this kind of projects. And I'm happy to say that we have acquired about 200 acres of land, which is required for all the infrastructure to be built up. So that's being on now. All the clearances are in place. And by next year, when it starts, every year, as I said, it produces about 750 kilos. The current, it's going to be around 500 crores per annum. That's the kind of revenue that we will get out of this. So 40% is our exposure to this.
So 500 crore worth of revenue is what is expected from the mine. You have 40% exposure with respect to that. So you also have exposures when it comes to international markets as well. If I have it right, you have mining projects in Kyrgyzstan, in Finland as well. You've approved some acquisitions. Talk to me about what kind of scale up is expected there and what's the money to work that you're putting for those acquisitions now?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. We made a couple of acquisitions recently. One is in Kyrgyzstan, which is an operating gold mine, but it requires expansion, which we are doing it now. And also an advanced stage project in Finland. That I think that will come into the action after 2-3 years. But this Finland project, Kyrgyzstan project is going to into production by next year. It will produce around 400 to 450 kilos per annum. And we have about 60% stake in the project. And of course, we need to invest some more money for the expansion. Then we are going to invest about 50 crores in the next 1 year towards the expansion of that project. That is like building a leaching plant, etc. there.
But so given the fact I was just going through the P&L, etc., it does not look very strong in terms of revenue as well as profitability. Now that all of these things are coming on board, what number we should expect for FY24 and FY25 in terms of top line and bottom line?
I think so far we are being an exploration company, so there are no revenues that are coming in. But from next year onwards, if you look at the kind of about 500, half a ton is going to be the revenue that's coming into the Deccan. I think anywhere around 200 crores is what annually we would look at to start with.
Okay, on that note, we let you go. Thank you so much, Mr. Modali, for making time and speaking with ET now.